Louisa asked me last night if I would rather her have a, what did she ask? Well, first she asked if I would rather have prosthetic feet or Grinch feet. I said Grinch feet.
Yeah, Grinch feet.
Yeah. And then
You
she
basically
asked,
have Grinch feet now.
Yeah. She asked if I would rather her have to get her foot amputated or her butt amputated. And I said her foot, because she can just get a prosthetic foot. And then she said she didn't want to be wearing someone else's foot her whole life.
Why?
Like she thought it was a transplant, like with an organ or something. It's prosthetic. You don't get someone else's foot.
Yeah, but then did she not have the same thought about the butt? And she would have then not been expecting like
That would
a
be
dead
worse.
person's butt?
That would be worse. Okay.
I would have a dead person's butt on me.
I was just reminded of that looking at Bubba, because Luis always says he has Grinch feet because he's got so much fur.
He does have
paws.
Grinch feet,
Yeah.
like in the Jim Carrey one.
Yeah, that one. That's the only real one, in my opinion.
I feel like a lot of people masturbate to that movie. I'm just saying, because I don't know, it's weird. Not me.
I feel like to have that thought, you'd have to be within the population of people doing that.
So first of all, I've never seen that movie.
What?
I've
How
never
have you
seen-
never seen Jim Carrey's Grinch?
Because the only thing I've ever seen is like the commercials when it's on around Christmas. I keep fucking with my mic, sorry. When it's on around Christmas time, and then everybody, like, the fucking commercials are on all the time. And every time I see it, I'm like, that looks fucking miserable. It looks like a bad time.
No, it's so good. It's so funny. I can't believe you've never seen. Have you seen Elf?
So I've seen it once the whole time through.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, I can't. And then
What?
the second time I watched it, like years later, I fast forwarded all the way until he gets to the city. Because then it's just like a family-friendly Will Ferrell movie. And then I have to cut it off at the end because the end is fucking obnoxious. When
It does fall into like the Christmassy movie kind of
can't- and I
tropes.
hate
No, I get that.
So put up a fucking picture of the kid in that movie.
Okay,
I
yeah.
fucking hate that kid.
Why?
He's so fucking... He looks weird. He sounds weird. And he does that fucking thing.
He looks like how I'd imagine you would have looked at that age.
Probably. That's probably why I have this deep-seated hatred for him. No, but he does that fucking thing where when people talk to him in that movie, he looks at them like this. With that fucking dead-eyed blank stare with his mouth agape. And every time I see that kid, I want Will Ferrell to, like...
Strangle him?
Yeah, I want him to, like, rip his teeth out one by one. Mm-hmm. Which I think Will Ferrell does.
Yeah.
In Elf.
Waterboard him with syrup. Okay. That's
what
enough
are we
Christmas
doing?
movie.
What are we doing?
We are... we're looking at my trip art. I put together a little PowerPoint presentation because I figured that would just be easiest to get through this. But
Define your trip art for the children who accidentally click on this after they watch Murder House.
on 3 separate occasions,
Yep.
I have tripped acid. All have been absolutely amazing. I highly recommend it. It's
children.
a very fun experience.
Do you recommend it to children exclusively?
No, obviously not. But
Why? Well, wait, hold on. What do you mean why? Why not?
what do you mean why? Why?
Why can't they? It's natural.
I'll let their parents make that decision. If it's right for them. Talk to your parents and doctors, children.
Ask
and
them if you
decide
can trip.
if LSD is right for you.
It is.
But yeah, so the first time that I tripped was at a music festival with a friend in Atlanta, Shaky Knees. And
You've mentioned this.
Yeah.
But continue.
And so he brought some acid to trip, and the night before he said, "Oh, shoot, do you have a sketchbook?" I said, "No, why?" And he goes, "You're going to want a sketchbook once you hit this high." So we went to like a CVS or some drugstore or something like that night and got a couple sketchbooks and pens. And then the next day, sure enough, you take it, and it takes about an hour for it to really kick in. And then I just go, whoa, I need to doodle. And I sat down and I started doodling. And then I looked at my watch and it was like 5 hours later.
Whoa, I need to doodle.
So I'm going to show you some art from the first, second, and third times that I tripped.
So I've probably seen some of this, but I don't think I've seen all of it.
Correct. So let's start with a nice, before we get into the more disturbing stuff, let's start with a nice little easy one. This is just me closing my eyes and listening to the music and letting the pen flow.
Okay, so right off the bat, this is boring. That doesn't look like anything. This is what I would have expected.
Yeah.
So,
Well,
pass. No,
okay.
I'm kidding.
No, it's like a Rorschach test.
Okay.
That's
Is
what it
it?
looks like. Yeah. What do you see when you look at this?
Someone who was drawing while they were tripping
Okay.
and thinking that
Alright,
they were, no,
fine.
no. I see back. I can see where maybe you're like the music was getting you a little bit because you kind of did like almost a sound wavy thing.
Yeah.
The bottom left and the top right. But clearly you were just a big fucking mess and everybody was looking at you like, who's that giant high monster? Get him out of here.
Yep, probably. This is also the music festival that any music festival you go to, you're not allowed to bring food in, right? Because it's criminal. And so, oops, I said his name. I'll bleep it out in case he doesn't want to be outed as the guy who gateway drugged me into tripping acid. We're there all day, and the food inside is so fucking expensive.
Right.
So we're like, we got to sneak some food in. And he just wore giant cargo shorts and stuffed them full of snacks. I'm like, dude, you're going to get caught. They search you as you go through. He goes, no, they're not going to look in my pockets. That's the first place. They made him throw everything away. He spent like $20 on snacks to have to throw it in the garbage immediately. He was so angry.
What does he mean? They didn't think he was going to, he didn't think they were going to check
I
his
have
pockets?
no idea
That's
why he thought.
The only place to check.
Right, I, on the other hand, spent the night cutting a secret compartment into my backpack in the stitching in the back and stuffed it full of snacks and then stitched it back up so that they couldn't find it. And then I just tore open my backpack when we got inside.
God, you never told me that.
I didn't.
No, wait. So, like, the inside of the backpack, you opened it and you stuck shit in
and
there.
then on the back.
What kind of snacks?
So, just a lot of like drugstore type
But
snacks.
didn't they hear the
one
crinklies
thing,
of the chips?
nope. I guess I was very still as I presented my backpack. And the only thing that was inside it besides that was the drawing pad and a pen. So, like, why are you carrying an entire backpack for?
Oh my God, they probably thought you were a fucking serial killer.
Anyways, one of the snacks was chocolate-covered pretzels, which was a mistake.
Why?
Because it was the middle of summer.
Oh,
and as soon, you got to park and then walk to the festival and then get to your
And it
spot.
was on your back,
anyways,
which was already sweaty.
by the time I'm finally snacky, all of the chocolate is melted, and I literally look like I have shit all over my hands and face because I'm eating this anyways. So I'm high and drawing in a sketchbook, and I've got a Toy Story backpack, and I've got what
What
looks like
appears to be
shit all over my face and hands.
Well, you've really painted a scene here.
All right, so here's where it starts to get a little bit more trippy.
Yep. Oh, that's weird because you were just talking about amputated feet.
Oh yeah, I was.
My God.
Wow, spooky.
Why are his calves vibrating, I assume?
There was this woman who walked by who had monster calves, and that's where I started. And I don't know where everything else came from, but yeah.
Cool. Mm-hmm. Did you hurt this woman?
No.
Are
I
you
just
sure?
thought, wouldn't it be funny if there was an exposed bone popping out of that muscular calf?
So this muscular lady walked by you and saw you, grown man, sitting there, Toy Story backpack, covered in what appeared to be shit, drawing this. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yep.
Have you named this?
I have. This one's called Dancing Machine.
Okay.
And I'm in the process now of, so we might have to do a second episode of this once I finish, but I'm in the process of redoing all of these in Photoshop to get like color and stuff to them, and this is one that I've completed.
Oh, I like that.
You right?
That's
Well,
pretty
it's pretty
good.
cool.
You've made it a bit scarier than it was and originally, but that's okay.
Which is funny because some of these you're going to think I was having a bad trip looking at them, but I had
Yeah.
an amazing trip all three times.
Okay.
So here's another one that might make you think he's not having a good time.
Oh, I always like this one because this one, it kind of looks like me.
What? What part of that looks like you?
The face and the bulging eyes.
It's
as
a lady's
glasses.
face.
You're a lady's face.
Guess what I called this one?
I don't know. I don't have anything. Tell me.
Tabitha. She looks like a Tabitha.
She does look like a Tabitha.
Yeah.
So yeah, this one's kind of creepy.
Yeah.
What's going on with the head?
Um,
Is that the hair exploding into the ether?
no, it just when you're tripping and you get high enough, then things the lines that contain solid objects start to get wavy.
Lines,
Uh huh.
whoa, dude.
Everything looks a little bit like it's bleeding into everything else around it.
I had a friend who did the same, but he was a little more, because he was a big stoner pothead. And he was into it, I think, but he wasn't sure totally. So he did it at home with some friends, and I guess he took more than he should have. So his trip was like a 48-hour endeavor.
Oh, wow.
And he was like, the first day was fine. It was like hanging out on the couch, eating, watching TV and shit.
Yeah.
But then he went to bed, and he said he could not sleep. And as he was sleeping, all of like the cracks in the windows and like power outlets, just like black smoke was just coming out of it constantly.
Dang.
And then he had a bad second day, I think.
Yeah.
So I wish that would happen to you.
I mean, I definitely recommend being in a good environment if you're going to do it, and having people around who are not high. So
I mean, I'm a dad, so I'm gonna obviously do it when I'm supposed to be taking care of a child.
it's fun. Yeah. Anyways, I'm not on all, but on one of these, I did have to take a massive shit in the middle of my trip, and that was quite an experience. My friend who tripped with me two of the 3 times, he told me the best thing he's ever done while tripping on acid is have sex. I'm like, oh, well, that's not an option for me right now. So I'm just going to go take a massive shit instead. Experience some other form of release.
Base pleasure.
Base pleasure, yeah. It was great.
What about it was great?
I mean, you know that like taking a poop is like the purest form of
Right.
like tension relief that
It's
exists.
true. Yeah,
So
you
just,
don't
like,
ever feel better than that minute you stand up. That's true.
multiply that feeling by like 10. It might be better than sex. I don't know.
Oh my god, this is so depressing.
Don't knock it till you try it, bruh.
Did you see something that spawned Tabitha, or did this just come from you? Was that all you?
No, I was drawing this other girl who was passing by who had one of those
God, you
hippie
were a
millennial
serial
haircuts, and just everything started like floating out of the lines at that point. Oh my god! And this is another one that I've completed the digital version of.
Oh, I don't like that.
You don't like that?
It's fucking scary. You're making him scarier, dude. All right. I like that though.
Okay, moving on. And then I got to the sweet part of the trip.
So who
Another
are
like
these?
just couple who was sitting in front of us, and the tree was looking like real wild. So I started with the tree and all the crazy knots and roots and stuff, and then
The
moved on to
people weren't weird at all. The people are like standard.
Yeah.
That's actually kind of nice.
So this was on like the come down part after I'd been drawing for a couple of hours, and you're like at that high for a few hours, and then you start to come down in this like sort of euphoric, just mellowed out kind of phase.
Is that your shoe?
Yep. That's
Can you
it.
zoom in on that shoe?
Yep.
Is it a New Balance?
Yep. Because I have flat feet. Cool. All right.
Wait, did you do a good one of that one, like a Photoshop?
No,
version?
not yet. That's the one I'm working on now, actually.
That one you should use that for like. Well, I mean, if you ever did, that'd be a good album cover.
Yeah.
The weird tree.
Yeah.
It's nice.
It's not bad.
Why didn't you make the people weird? Just 'cause you were
I
coming
wasn't
down?
in the weird mood anymore.
Okay. Not
Okay.
really an answer, but that's fine. No, I'm kidding.
All right, so now we're getting on to the second trip. And this one I just did at home, again with the same friend. And this one I took more. I took 2 tabs instead of just one.
It shows.
So this one, we were playing Nintendo earlier in the day, like Nintendo 64, and Yoshi's Story was, I think, the last thing we had played. So I was just looking at the game console and drawing the Yoshi and writing down all of my thoughts.
Can you
that I had.
can you read them for the class?
Yeah. What is the Yoshi story? And Yoshi saying, who am I? Where did I come from? Why am I this monster? Mm-hmm. And then, I can't read. What's fucking down there?
You don't remember?
Hold on, let me get this fucking closer to my face.
If you don't want to read it, you could put it up later.
The darkness never stops creeping in. It is like us, but its eyes are shallow and they see nothing but despair. Run, Yoshi. Will my... the Yoshi's saying, "Will my tongue ever stop licking? Will it ever be satisfied?" And then this appears to just be a note that I wrote down. Why is the only clothes he wears shoes? Where's the line? And then I wrote Spanky Butthole next to his butt.
Why'd you write Spanky Butthole?
Because I drew a butthole for him.
Oh, that's typical.
Yep.
Okay.
All right, so that's Yoshi's story.
I do love it when you prove my point.
This one started out as a picture of my friend who was tripping with me, the face part, because I have this history of drawing him as this disgusting monster because it really frustrates him. He's like way more bothered by it than anyone should be. And then it turned into this monster, and I made it like an old horror movie poster, kind of. And I was like laying down on the floor, and I was on top of this rug, and I couldn't think of the word rug, so I just settled for the under the carpet people as like the monsters in this movie.
Rug?
Yeah. It's like, what's this thing I'm on top of? It's a carpet.
Carpet people also sounds like a racial epithet, so should probably be careful. Should blur that out.
Well, isn't carpetbaggers a word?
Yeah, but I don't remember what it is.
Yeah.
It's something to do with like old style fucking like
Something or
John
another.
Steinbeck-esque shit. Well, hold on, now I gotta know. Carpet.
So the monster's in the foreground, and
carpetbagger's bad, dude.
oh, really?
Dude. Oh no, it's not. It's a largely historical term used by Southerners, to describe opportunistic Northerners, me, who came to the Southern states after the American Civil War. That's what I did.
You fucking carpetbagger.
And I was exploiting the local... This is like a bad... It's not. It's just it's like a... Oh, the term broadly included both individuals who sought to promote Republican politics, including the right of African Americans to vote and hold office, because Republicans used to be the good ones.
Right. It's still so strange to think about
I
that.
know,
isn't it?
Anyways, yeah, look. And there's the picture of... That's what it looks like.
Yeah.
They definitely didn't, like, try to assign any particular type of person. Definitely not.
Definitely not.
No.
Yeah.
No, okay. Anyways.
Uh-huh.
The man with the carpet bags. You could put that up. You should draw that.
That'll be the thumbnail for this episode.
It's made of thumbnails. You don't use that.
So yeah, in the foreground
what does
is
it say?
the under the carpet person. It says Tales from the Third World, which I guess is Earth. There's a little sticker verifying strange but true. And in the background, you see these two figures, and one of them is saying to the other, "It's all right. We were given this world. We will make it a better." I think I meant to include one, but...
What is this strange, like, undercurrent of... that you had in these with, like, this almost, like, philosophical...
Oh, just wait. Just wait till the next
nihilism.
few. Yeah.
Well, I guess that's actually...
Oh, this one's not. Helicopter. Yeah, that's pretty self-explanatory.
You're right, yeah. What happened to the helicopter on the left?
It died.
Okay. That's a very accurate, small, like, Far Side style island, by the way.
Uh-huh. Yeah. This one I was just... I was literally lying in front of a fan, like a giant industrial fan that we had plugged in. Because this is in Florida, and we used it outside. And I brought it inside because I was so hot. And I was sweating nonstop. And I was just lying in front of the fan and watching the spinning blades like I was mesmerized. And that's where Helicopter came. I thought I saw a crab behind it. And thus Helicopter was born.
You thought you saw a crab behind it. Was that a possibility?
No. Well, we were in Florida. Yeah. This one I have completed.
That is fun. That is very different.
I mean, it's inspired by, but...
I like the fully realized version.
Yeah. I wanted to make it look like a like an old Vietnam War movie poster.
Right.
Also like kind of Island of Dr. Moreau-y.
I like that one.
Yeah. That one's pretty cool, I
You should
think.
post
like
that
legitimately.
on Reddit's art so you get you get it taken down for being fan art for
yeah.
crabs.
I gotta read you this. I thought this was so funny.
What?
Like I have this this notes document on my phone that whenever I think of what I think is a funny joke and I write it down. And I only have like a couple on here. Here's this joke.
Oh God.
Yep, reading you my phone jokes like a real comedian.
Take it easy. You're not a comedian. You're barely an artist.
What if imitation crab is just shrimp that's really good at crab impressions? Ooh, look at me. I'm walking sideways. I'm a crab. What's the deal with airplane crab? And that's it. What'd you think?
You didn't even have me from the hook.
The setup didn't do it for you?
No, because you should have picked an animal that could walk. If it had been lobster, it would have been funnier.
Oh, wow, really?
Yeah, because lobsters walk. Shrimp don't, they just swim.
That's the central problem you have with the setup?
Yes, because the idea of a lobster pretending to be a crab
All right, let me
is
try it
funny.
again. What if imitation crab is just lobsters that do really good crab impressions? Ooh, look at me. I walk sideways. I'm a crab.
You nailed it. You should take that on the road.
Okay, yep. I'm going to build a whole show around just that.
Oh, God.
Okay. All right. Back to the deeply
Then you were
philosophical.
really having some trouble.
This is a little elemental man. You
Yeah.
know, he's got a wispy wind mustache and a beard made of waves, and he's wearing a
mountains
crown
for
of
hair.
mountains. And he is saying, for now you see, me mustache is but the air, wisps of vapor, me beard the sea, waves valiant, but me eyes, child, these are the most important, for me eyes are but your eyes, are but everyone's eyes, for we all have, do, and will see the same.
It sounds like a Kurt Vonnegut character that's meant to be made fun of. That's what that sounds like. It's a good drawing, though.
Yeah, I like him. He's a little happy dude.
Yeah.
Look at him. His little
Something
toothy
with
smile.
the mouth is not quite right, though.
I like his
a little
little
scary.
snaggletooth smile.
Okay. Well, I guess
right.
I can't argue with
That's Elemental Man. I named this one Captain Sally.
you. Uh-huh.
He's just a happy pirate captain with another wavy beard, and it says, "Don't waste it trying to block out the sprites."
What did you mean by that?
I think I meant sirens and not sprites, and basically, like, don't waste the effort trying to drown out the sirens. Like the siren song, meaning
Right.
basically give in to your vices
Yeah.
is
So why
my life mantra, and
it's worked out well for you. Why did you lose command of the English language?
I don't know.
Because you're pretty well spoken. You
Yeah.
lost words like rug and sirens, and I don't feel
They
like
just
those
don't
are
come to you
difficult.
sometimes.
The siren one I'll give you though, because that's an unusual version of
Right.
that word. So I
And
can
when
imagine you would have been like,
Right. And when you're tripping and you can't remember words, the last thing you want to do is sit and think trying to remember them. You don't have like the attention span. So I just went with sprites.
well, he's fun.
Yeah. It's my little
And a
Captain
good
Sally
message.
dude. Yeah. Uh-huh. I envision this like, you know, those Life is Good t-shirts that
Yeah.
everyone in Florida wears.
I hate those.
Yeah. Should do this instead. Give in to your vices.
Okay, well, put it on a shirt and see if we can sell it.
Here's a little
That's I've seen this one and I love this one. I feel like this is a
Alien-
good album cover.
alien UFO type thing looking at a little girl in the middle of the night, and the script says, "Dark skies light up when two strangers, worlds apart, come face to face with each other and find something familiar behind foreign eyes."
Oh my god, you're such an asshole.
Hey, don't blame me. I was high when I did this.
So if you put something more like more esoteric instead of what you wrote and like made that one nice, I bet you could unironically post that somewhere and people would be like, "Oh,
It's
this is art."
It's like it looks like a Roald Dahl type illustration / script.
I do like that one. I would like a completed version of that one.
Okay, I'll get to it.
Yeah, well, make it snappy.
I'm trying. Okay, and now we get to the third and final trip,
Okay.
which I did here in Winston-Salem with a different friend. And this one I was drawing her cat. Maple is the name of the cat.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Something went awry
Yeah.
with the head. That's cool, though.
Yeah.
Very Cheshire cat-like.
Yeah, that's fine. You could see like the head and the front arms. I was like really into it. And then by the back half, I'm like, fuck it. I want to be done with this. I don't know if it's like diarrhea streaming out of its asshole or what.
This also is a good indication of your general ability to deal with things for a long time. You're like all in on the first couple of minutes, and you're like, meh, fuck it.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Okay. I like it.
Okay. Here's another classic.
Yeah.
Yeah?
This looks like they would have used this as an ad for like, don't play video games.
Yeah. That's what I was going for. Look at what the Nintendo will do to your brain.
You're really fixated on Nintendo 64 when you do this.
Yeah, I don't know why I've had it around
you're reliving
2
your
to 3
childhood.
times. Yeah, basically. Okay, and here's the last one that I
Nothing
have.
else to say on that one?
No, I think this one is pretty
Do you
self-explanatory.
want to address Super Mario farts? Because that's like almost as good as the crab thing. As far as jokes go. Because cart rhymes with fart.
Oh,
So I see
yeah.
what you did there.
I wasn't even thinking of that.
Fuck you weren't.
I really honestly
What were
wasn't.
you thinking of?
I don't know. I was like, Super Mario, what would be a funny Super Mario game? What if it was?
I was trying to figure out why you were looking at me confused. I was like, yeah, because you changed cart with farts to make it a joke.
No, that wasn't it.
Oh, that's even more depressing. For fuck's sake. Okay, what else?
All right, last one.
Oh, that was cool.
Yeah. Got into another one of those riding the wave out kind of sweet stages. And got really fixated on this one.
Did that must have taken you a fucking long time.
It took a little while. It took much longer to do the finished digital version.
I really like that one.
Yeah.
That's actually really cool.
Yeah,
can't make fun
I
of
think
that
so
one.
too.
That one's a good album cover. You know what?
Yeah.
You
There it is. That's my trip art.
This is a long time back now, but when we were in our previous cover band, which was
The Wingmen.
pretty great,
Classic.
You were messing with logos, and you
Yeah.
drew. I think I probably still have it.
I have it somewhere.
You drew a
Plague Doctor.
plague doctor, but that was like kind of goofy and cartoonish.
Yeah.
And I've always loved that. Like, I honestly, like, I keep that because I'm like, one of these days I'm gonna do something that I want an original logo for, and I want that. So there's the one. I'll resend
Oh,
them
you
to you.
found it.
Yeah, there's the bottom one.
There's a different one that I liked
Yeah,
even more.
I liked this one a lot, but you're talking about this one.
Yeah, I like that one.
I do too. And I'll send these both to you so you can put them in.
Yeah.
But nobody fucking use them because this. I want this second one real
Well,
bad.
now we got to think of a good logo for our new band name, the Goose Suits.
Well, actually, you could kind of use this for that.
Plague Doctor
Yeah,
mask.
because it would be sort of like a fun spin on it, where it's like it's kind of bird-like. It's a suit, right? Here, I'm sending it to you.
Yeah, it's not the biggest stretch.
Because then I have to share it with people. But you made it, I guess, ultimately. And I like the font kind of writing style you used for the second one.
Yeah.
But I like I don't know what else you would do with this, but I do really like I like where that one's going.
Yeah.
And I like that. I like your trip art. So very nice.
Cool.
You did a good job, Kevin. I would have hung all of this on the fridge.
Well, one day you will, once I'm finished with the digital versions of all of them. Get you nice, printed, framed, everything.
So that one and the alien one, and there was one other one I really. The couple by the tree. Any of those that like were in this like completed style,
Yeah.
I would hang them in my house in 11 by 17. I would.
Yeah.
So I
All
won't
right.
pay you for them,
Okay. Good.
and I won't credit you for them either.
All right. Fair enough. Thank you.
The takeaway here is recklessly do illicit drugs. Make sure you're not safe. Make sure you don't know who's around, and everything will be great.
Yep.
And you can draw. And even if you can't draw, it'll teach you to draw.
Thank you for watching Von Wolf Brain. This is Stephen Hawking's cousin, Stephen Eagling. I am just as smart as him and more alive than him, and I watch Von Wolf Brain every day and I love it. Oh god, I love it. Please consume more content. Click here. Or here. Or here. Thank you. I love you. Goodbye. Love. Von Wolf Brain.